Welcome to the Arts Connect Houston Arts or SMART series. This is the Arts or SMART session number 3, the postgraduate artist journey. Today we'll be talking about all of the connections that a great arts education can help a student make when entering into a career after school. So the question that we're going to be discussing today is, how can an arts education support non-arts careers? We know that having an arts-rich education full of experiences and hands-on learning can lead to really beneficial experiences in the arts after school if you want to pursue a creative career. But let's talk about how the arts really can be beneficial to those non-creative careers, or let's say non-arts careers, because we'll talk about how creativity really does fit into a wide breadth of careers that are available to students.
So when we think about arts education and the experience our students receive as part of their arts education in K through 12 schools, we really have the opportunity to think about the space that they're given in the arts classroom environment compared to their potentially more structured academic environment. In an arts classroom, you're really encouraged to explore and learn more and try something new. And this experience in an arts education opportunity or arts classroom really allows you to begin thinking creatively about how to solve a problem. This is a common skill set that future careers are really looking to see in their new employees and their younger employees. And when we grow up in an education classroom that's very structured and focused toward a singular goal, the space where we're really allowed to grow and develop these skills really can happen in an arts education space. And so students who are able to experience arts education from a young age in their K through 12 experience can really begin building these skill sets that allow them to think through what might be looked at as the engineering design process later down the line. So when we're looking at an art project, we first have to ask ourselves what we want to do. What is our end goal? We want to imagine where we're going with this art project, be it a choir performance or a visual arts piece. We have to sit down and plan what that's going to look like. So we go into it thinking thoroughly about, again, the end goal. And then we actually have to create that. A lot of times in an arts classroom or in an arts experience, a student will be allowed to create that for kind of a first draft or a first attempt at whatever project they're working towards, and then experiment, determine if that was the path they were actually wanting to go, and then work towards improving it for maybe their final showcase piece that'll be performed at their final performance or displayed at their final showcase as a senior in high school, for example. And so if you can see the kind of correlation between the space that is allowed in the arts as students explore, you can really see how this may begin to transfer into future careers down the line after your K through 12 career as a student is over. So Epi, do you have any thoughts on some careers that really do require this kind of skill of creative problem solving?
Thanks, Taylor. Creative problem solving can fit into lots of careers. Let's talk about a few. Creative problem solving is a big part of an engineer's day. The aviation industry often has to incorporate creative solutions to design problems. And then there's the technical fields that incorporate creative problem solving every day. Electricians who are working on historic buildings that have to navigate existing work and build in new. Welders who are working under the ocean and problem solving as they go. There is a plethora of spaces within the technical career paths that are available to students where creative problem solving is just part of your everyday. Let's talk about team building. We know that the arts can lead to introspection and self-expression. We also know that the arts can lead to successful collaboration. Team building is important to your work in the classroom, to better learning opportunities and experiences, but this translates directly into next steps in the workplace. So team building is something that is a side effect of the arts that really benefits us across the board in the way that we approach the rest of our lives. Engaging in the arts really does help you collaborate. And most importantly, it lets you learn from others, to value the ideas of those around you, and to think critically about all of the possibilities together. It also allows for space for people to come together and bring their individual skill sets, their individual talents, and piece together a better final project, a better final idea by bringing together all of the strengths in a group. It also lets you think bigger, connect better, think about the larger scope of things, because sometimes collaborating with others lets you see a perspective or a possibility beyond what you're thinking about in the moment. So, Taylor, can you think of some possible career areas where team building would be really important?
Absolutely. When I think about team building skills, I'm definitely thinking about the idea of an office setting where maybe you're working in administration, you work at the front desk of an office, be it a more traditional corporate office or even a dental or medical office. You're working with a team of people to really serve your patients in a variety of ways. So it's not always just answering the phone, but it's coordinating with the person who also works on insurance, also with the person who does building or billing, and then also the person who manages you. And so being able to kind of have those team building skills built into the way that you work is really beneficial in scenarios like that. You can also think about it from a perspective of a construction site, right? There's multiple people around and a lot of coordination that has to take place. And you can think about it as just coordinating, but also if we really want to be the most beneficial version of a team, we really have to work together to build those skills and kind of come to the table with some of those skills ready to participate in those team building opportunities and activities, and to be ready to lead them when we have the opportunity to do so. You can also think about project managers. A huge skill that a project manager does is not just the work that they execute, but they have to consistently build and manage a team. And so, with having that skill from an arts education space, you really can build upon what employers are looking for in the careers that your student may be interested in moving forward. I think another imperative thing for us to think about is workplace resilience. So we're seeing more and more conversation around social emotional learning, and really building our own skills in terms of mental health and being prepared to be in stressful environments and really high pressure workplace environments. And so having that skill of workplace resilience is really imperative for our students as we think about them leaving the K through 12 space and entering either technical careers or post college careers. And so when we think about the arts, we know that the arts from previous sessions are a really imperative place for students to really build those social emotional skills around regulation and really self-expression, self-awareness, compassion for others, as well as empathy, to really be able to manage first themselves, but then also maintain that resilience physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially. And this isn't a skill that's just gained through the arts. This is a skill that can be gained in a variety of spaces. But we want to encourage you all to think about the arts as a place that can really build these skills that are necessary for future employees to have and to be that resilient employee that a variety of companies and organizations are really looking for. It's a huge way that helps people tackle stress and really be more competitive as they look for future careers and opportunities. Epi, can you think of any career specifically where workplace resilience is absolutely necessary? I know I can think of a few, but would love to hear what your thoughts are.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is all of the amazing people who work in the school system, our educators in the classroom, our principals, our assistant principals, our librarians, our school counselors. These folks are giving so much of themselves every day to all of the students that they serve. And it's really important for those people to have an outlet that helps them recharge. and regenerate and come back as a whole person the very next day. Another area is in the medical field. Doctors and nurses, clinicians, hospital administrators, these folks have very stressful jobs. They are in high intensity situations on a regular basis, and they are also serving the needs of others, putting them first. And the arts can play a great role in building that resilience, working through emotional stressors, and really reviving the energy levels in these tough positions. One more I'll mention are first responders. Our first responders are out there doing the hard work and also dealing with very stressful situations, and the arts can really help mitigate some of those stresses. So this brings us to a big one, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is an important factor for absolutely every single person in society. It helps us be better neighbors. Emotional intelligence helps us bring our whole self to our families, to our friends, to our coworkers, to the communities within which we live. And the arts can help you connect with your and develop your emotional intelligence because it allows for greater self-awareness. Goes back to what Taylor was mentioning about self-regulation of emotions and learning how to navigate spaces as you move through your world. It also allows for internal motivation, having your own why and pushing your work forward and pushing your care for community forward is very important. The arts can help you build empathy. The arts, again, going back to what we were talking about with team building, can help you build social skills, can help you communicate with others, communicate about your own needs, communicate about the needs of the greater group, and to be able to share openly. With emotional intelligence, I think Taylor and I will probably agree that this is important across the board in every career path. It makes for better workplaces, makes for more productive workplaces, and makes for workplaces that are truly going to make each person in a team feel valued, feel seen, and feel a sense of accomplishment in the work that they're doing.
Yeah, and I think it's important to say that this is a huge shift we're also seeing just in terms of the work environment and the workplace and what employers are looking for, right? As much as this may not be common practice in the last 20 to 50 years, moving forward, this is a skill and an opportunity that employers really are looking for in young people that are coming to them to start their careers. And so we really want to encourage parents and families to think about how this skill set can really benefit your student while they're in their K through 12 experience, but also then moving past it, like we're talking about today, in future career opportunities.
So thanks so much for joining us for this lovely discussion about the multitude of benefits that an arts-rich education bring to the next steps in life after your K through 12 education. This is part of the Arts Are Smart series with Arts Connect Houston and has been brought to you by my colleague, Taylor Bush, and myself, Epi Chad. We encourage you to stay connected with Arts Connect Houston and the Greater Houston arts community. You can follow us on Instagram or on Twitter, or you can just Google Arts Connect Houston and check out our website. And if you have questions or would like to continue this conversation, please reach out. We love talking about the benefits of an arts education. Have a lovely day.